Nah, check. Did you check the audio levels?
Yeah. Not that I always end up editing them for like an hour anyway, because your levels are really low, mine are massive. Yeah, I mean, that's just life though, innit? You got the little one, I got the big one.
Pause that, brother.
Life, man. Why for that? Broken generation.
Broken.
Black in effect. So my brother, let's go straight back in. Sunday morning, you know?
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
As the sun rises.
Yeah, I mean, no church.
Yeah.
Man's using a podcast as church right now.
Yeah, man. What did Jay-Z say? Life starts when the church ends.
Whoo, yeah, I remember that.
Big bars, isn't it? New York State of Mind.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. That caused some controversy, innit? That one bar there. That just fully made people say he's definitely Illuminati.
Yeah, he's definitely on the other side.
He's definitely interesting thing actually.
Go on.
You watched the Nick Cannon Diary of a CEO?
Yeah. Shout out to that.
And he talks about all these people saying secret societies and stuff, and he said he gets it because like-minded people stay together. When he's talking about different people he's met in his life, and he's like, these are the kind of people I have around me. We're all like-minded. We're successful. Yeah. It looks like a secret society.
But it's not a secret society. It's just like-minded people.
Yeah. But
think
people
alike,
will say,
to each other. Yeah.
You know, how has he made it to there and they've made it there, but yet they're all together.
And I think that's natural. Like the cream rises to the top. So if you're in a certain people group and one of them is different in their mindset, they are all going to gravitate towards different people with different mindsets. And you may think, oh right, what's happened to this geezer? But it's just like that like-minded people go together now.
And I think I've never been a big secret society believer, or not secret society within music and people that are in the public eye anyway. But that makes sense. I mean, you see Kanye's back.
Back?
Yeah, I haven't seen a video. I've seen a title that said Kanye exposes celebrities that have used blood sacrifices.
Oh, come on.
So I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I don't know it. So hold tight, Kanye.
But to be fair, it wouldn't shock me that there is people that do like black blood sacrifices and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Because you know when like people do certain groups, not to say there's any validity to it, not to say like if you do a blood sacrifice you're going to get successful, but two people could do some madness and stupidness and nothing come of it, but then them two be drawn together. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like if you and someone else do a madness together, you're forever attached to that person, depending on what kind of madness you do. So if there is like blood and like deep spiritual things or things that make you think that it could be deeper, then I get why you'll be attached and think that it's deep.
Just a quick one, innit?
It was a quick
intro.
one.
Is that too deep for the intro? I love that.
So what one would you do, man? Ice things.
Yeah, man. All good, my brother. All good. It's not been that long, has it? Really?
Nah, not really.
A week and a bit. Yeah, nothing's really changed. Well, I can't. What can I say? How about you?
So shout out to the people that attended the comedy night at the Vine.
Yes.
When was that? September the 13th, I think it was. It was good, really successful, went really well. Really happy with how that went. The next event at the Vine in Cheltenham is, I think it's October the 11th, Wednesday, October the 11th. Starts at 7:30, free entry, blah blah blah. Come true, big lineup.
Oh, you got the proper thing.
I got someone else hosting. I'm just gonna come through and do it.
You're gonna actually do
a little 10-15 minute set.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
You say you're bookable through the WhatsApp and that, yeah?
That's correct. Have you noticed that? Business accounting that. Yeah.
It's bookable through the WhatsApp, you know.
Do you know what? I just tested this because a lot of things have changed on WhatsApp. I was like, what's up with this?
Constantly.
What's up with this? So I changed it to a business account to try and figure out the ins and outs of it. I'm just eyeballing it from a distance right now. I'm not on a serious thing yet, but it's.
Have you seen this? People have been inviting us to live broadcast.
Yeah.
What's that? I can't find it.
It's the Instagram thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It just said these people have invited you to join their live broadcast.
Yeah. So I joined Stephen Barrett.
Oh, is it just a live?
No, it's a broadcast. So it was basically just like a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
But the person who broadcasts it is the only person that can add to that page.
Yo, that's
so you can either comment on it if they allow you to comment on it if you join it, and you can send emojis and blah blah blah.
Yeah, we need one.
So
of those.
he did a sick one recently. He was like, I'm gonna fly someone out to come to the podcast either in LA or come up to Manchester, stay the night and watch it behind the scenes. You've got to guess the next emoji that's on behind this piece of paper, and he put it in the group. And like I think he said next day he just put like drum roll please, and this is the emoji, and he said he screenshot the page to see who was the first person to get it right, and then he said yep, you're coming.
So what, has he got 2 studios?
Yeah, he's got one in LA and he's got one here.
Do you know
whether it's a rented one or whatever?
Because I always thought when he's got the American guests, are they actually in the UK?
Yeah, sometimes they are, but sometimes they are.
Okay, hold tight him anyway. Hold tight. You got his book?
I've got his book.
You got it there.
Yeah, I got both. No, I got it 2 days after.
Man say pre-ordered.
I got it 2 days after because it was £10. And he didn't have it in Waterstones. They had it in WH Smith's.
Okay, yes.
So I had to go to WH Smith's to grab it. I rate the geezer, bro.
No,
I rate the geezer.
He's doing his thing.
I like his movements.
I enjoy his
podcast. His podcast's sick. His business model's dope. Hugh, you heard about Hugh?
Yeah.
They're not sponsoring this podcast.
What do you mean? Every minute it's like, so, growing up, your mum touched you and your dad raped you. How did that make you feel? I just want to take this moment.
No. It don't go like that.
It's like the conversation's deep, and then it switches.
No.
Just want to take this moment to shout out to one of our sponsors. I've been using this product for a long time now, and
first of all,
it does.
It doesn't do that.
He cuts the question.
He does cut
right
it. What he does, he's smart because the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of the pod is like an overview and clips of everything. Yeah. No, and then he'll say a question, and then it'll go boom.
No,
straight into the straight into the.
It's like 25 minutes, half hour in. He just cuts out.
Don't hate on Steve, man. Shout out to Diary of
Nick
the CEO.
Cannon's talking about nearly dying, bro, from a disease.
Just
as he's about to talk about it. I've used this product for a long time now.
That's a good spot.
Use Diary of a CEO for 10% off, and I guarantee it will change your life.
Yeah. No, I hear it. Shout out to him though. I'm gonna go to his next tour. I heard he's got a live tour.
I'm on it. Let me know.
Yeah, because
I'm on it. Now he's doing this thing, man.
And he's a young buck.
Is he? He's
younger than us. Much younger than us.
30, yeah. He speaks about it. Yeah, I watch him still.
Shout out to Steve.
I'm spending a lot of time on the road at the moment, driving. So, you know, sometimes I watch the joke podcast, but sometimes I like to
serious
tap in with the CEO and a few different ones.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be on a couch one day, you know.
Yeah?
On a chair. I'm gonna be sitting in front of me.
Wait, what kind of? Oh, it's that kind of couch. Because why? I know the way you like to make money, brother. I don't know what kind of couch you're talking about. Okay.
Shout out to Nick, yeah. Like-minded people, yeah. So when this guy starts talking about I've joined the Illuminati, it's just no, I've gone and find some like-minded people, yeah.
You've got clear. You know, when you start coming here with makeup and everything,
kind of people. First of all, there's nothing wrong with makeup, yeah.
Nah, there's not.
Mascara, innit?
A mascara, yeah.
Yeah. It's calm.
You already started bringing cameraman, you know, bougie.
BTS, and it needs some BTS filmed. Needs some BTS shot. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to them.
We haven't even got into the topic yet. We started off. We are the broker generation, people. You know what we do. You know what we like.
Boom. Before you even start off, actually, I just have to say something real quick. So, man's done a bold thing, yeah.
Wait, the hair's back.
The hair's back. This is what I want to talk about. Shout out to all of you people with bald heads because the maintenance is ridiculous. The maintenance of keeping a bald head. I thought it'd be easy. Like, I'm losing my hair. Let me just shave my head and it's done. Bruv, the amount of times you have to cut your hair.
Yeah, constant.
You have to cut hair. Not only that,
yeah, because
you have to make sure.
Bold though. That's why.
No, but it's balding. But
remember when man are bold?
Yeah,
they can't grow hair.
That's
so the maintenance is nothing. They got zero maintenance.
But the reality of it is, since I've tried to shave my hair off bald, it's like my skin routine has to go through the roof. Like I have to have perfect skin. Yeah. I have to make sure like the 4 o'clock shadow, the hair grows back every minute, every 2 days, hair's there. Oh, bruv.
The hair's grow
the maintenance strong. The maintenance too much, man. Again, the front's not strong. Like this corner is not good. But anyway, everything else is good. To be fair, Chico Bean. Do you know Chico Bean?
Nah.
Shout out to Chico Bean on Wild Night, American dude, yeah? Okay. He's got cane rolls. All of his hair is receded, but he's got cane rolls starting from here back. And they're stylish, you know? And he holds it firm.
Oh no, that's stylish.
He holds it firm. He's got like proper styles in there. But literally, all of this is bold.
Wow.
All of this is bold, but he's still got it. And I'm just thinking, let me just bring it back.
Look?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but you're only losing the corners.
To be
brother.
fair,
you only got the cornerstones.
I've got the confidence to still rock it, so I should just grow it back. I should make it come back. Pause, but.
Why for that?
I don't know where that came from. But anyway, I just wanted to shout it to all of the bald-headed youths out there, yeah? The Bald-Head Society. Like, give me some... comment below. That's what we're going to do. Comment below all the famous bald-headed people you know. Yeah? Top 3 bald people.
I said the top three bald, you know?
Yeah. Dead or alive. Shout out Pac.
Oh, what? Yeah, he's there. Middle.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Pac. He's my inspiration. I'm getting Thug Life on the belly soon.
Yeah,
Tatted, yeah.
You can't, no, you got hair.
Oh, yeah,
it's growing.
It's going to come back as well now. I'm like, do you know what I was thinking as well? Random. Green hair.
Why? You got a green hat. Why do you need green hair?
I'm just thinking to do something strange to do green hair.
Do it, big
I might,
man.
you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the kite just calling. Do something strange for a little bit of change.
If it makes me a millionaire.
Kite just calling, my
If it makes me a meal, I'm happy.
All right, let's do this. Let's get into topic 1. Slide in to topic number 1. I don't know that word slide, you know.
I don't know what's going on today.
Kind of igniting, isn't it?
That's a bit much. That's a bit much. I don't know, why is it slippery?
I don't know about
why is it so easy to go in? I don't know. It's not. It's not what we do on the slide. That slides. That slides, man. It's tough to go in. It's forced to go in.
Oh, bro, where are you going?
No idea what you're talking about, bro.
Where are you going?
Talk the thing, cuz. Talk the thing. I don't know what you said.
I'm stuttering now. We're about to start topic number 1. And topic number 1 is... Do you know what topic number 1? If you listen to this podcast, you'll be triggered constantly.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people.
If you're one of those what people?
So...
Wait. Don't dive over that.
I'm saying if you're one of the people.
What people? What do you mean?
No, if you're easily offended.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Don't try and trip me up, brother. I'm a pro at this right now. I know what I'm doing.
I can see.
Diary of a CEO, I'm up soon.
I understand.
I'm literally in line to take over.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Cool.
So, so what we're going to talk about is society too sensitive? And more importantly, are we too sensitive? So when I talk about we, talking about people that look like us. Some darker, some lighter. But they look like us. So, that sentence, how are you feeling?
Are we too sensitive? I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
And I like to add a bit more context to the sensitivity.
Please add context.
So when we say we're sensitive, are we? Because we could be referring to two things. One is that we're like when we hear something that is pointed in our direction, whether it's age, race, sex, generation, country, blah blah blah. Is it that we're sensitive in terms of we hear it clearer, or that it offends us easier? Does that make sense? Because if I hear people talking about black this, black that, I'm gonna hear it more clearer than someone says about talking about a different race or a different nationality. I'm gonna hear it more clearer. It's gonna cut through the noise a lot more because I'm of that. Does that mean that's
relatable?
That's a category that I relate to. Yeah. So I think we're more sensitive in terms of we're gonna hear it more clearer if they're addressing us or people that look like us. Are we more sensitive in terms of we're easily offended or more offended? I think that's a better question or a better thing that maybe we need to discuss.
So let's add some context to why it relates currently. So in London, there was a hair shop and there was a black lady that, from what I'm seeing, I know there's loads of different reports, but she was accused of stealing. So before she could leave the property, the shop, the guy had her around her neck and obviously was filmed and it was said it was too much. So obviously this caused outrage. It was a Indian guy, black woman. So this caused outrage in the black community. And obviously they protested. there was a lot going on, and I seen a prominent black figure in the entertainment industry questioned and said, surely that should just be wrong, regardless if you're black, white, it doesn't matter. If people are stealing, then that's what happens. But do you feel that the black community jumped on it because it's like, you can't do this to black people?
So for me personally, the narrative around that video is what triggered me.
Okay.
Because visually, it looked as though a black woman was getting some stuff in the shop.
Yeah.
And then the owner put his hands around her. And the context was, oh, did she steal?
So it looked unprovoked.
It looks unprovoked, and it looks like, oh, what's the issue? But the reality is, there's two stories. Some saying that she went with some products and they couldn't return it because they haven't got a return policy.
Yeah.
So she said, F this, which she may not have said F this. She turned around and went and got stuff of the equivalent.
Yeah.
Whether it's the equivalent amount of money, and she was just going to walk out with that, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then that interaction happened, and she was strangled. And I think that's one issue on its own. And the other issue is that we saw that, or people saw that and made it a race thing. Was it a race thing is the real question. And for me, I think in the video as well, there was 2 white ladies in there in the video as well, which is very interesting. So for me, I just thought, my initial reaction, because I'm black, because I have 2 black daughters, I've got a black mother and black family members who are women, I'm offended by that because of multiple reasons. One, because of the amount of money I know black women spend on hair products and things of that nature. How can he do this to our people? But then again, it's not our people. He did that to one individual. Sometimes we do make things a race thing when it may not initially be a race thing. 100%. And I think that's the big issue. Go on.
So obviously, for the purpose of this conversation, I'm going to play both sides because I may have my own personal opinion, but obviously we need a conversation. So you touched on a lot there. So to unpick like what you touched, was it a race thing? Watching that video of a man detaining a woman, obviously aggressively, did he do that because it was a black woman?
That's the question.
Can we say he used any language or he has any history of targeting black people, black women, on a predominantly black community?
So it's difficult to say yay or nay because it is in a black community, Peckham specifically. Yeah. It is black hair. Like it's extensions, it's black hair products, like all of these things that are targeted or marketed at and towards black individuals. So the black people are the people that are going to be in that shop.
100%.
But my question is, was his desire, because look, if I'm a business owner and someone's trying to steal from my shop, 100. I'm gonna protect my shop.
Fact.
Whether you're black, white, Cuban or Asian, it doesn't matter. But the way in which he did it, I was a bit like, rah, man actually did that. Because what he could have done is close the door. What he could have is detained her in a different way by holding her arms.
I don't know if you should be detaining people anyway, but
that's a question. That's a question. Or in regards, if they are going to steal, she was in the shop. No one has stolen unless they leave the shop. But again, that's another question. I'm baffled by it because if it was a different shop, if it was marketed at white people or Chinese people, or Jewish people, other communities, even if they had stolen, would he have dared to put his hand on them?
And this is what I'm trying to work out.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say, take back the race, take back everything else. Someone was stealing out of a shop, they got detained. That's number one. Yeah. That's the fact. Well, that's not the fact. That's what we know as the fact. Obviously, number 2 for me then is it's a man and a woman. So that's number 2. Number 3 is what is the context? Like, is what we're hearing the truth or is it mixed along? Number 4 is what was the conversation? And then down the line, was it a racist attack? Like, I can't watch that video and say, do you know what? He done that because that was a black woman. I cannot. There's nothing that shows me in that video that the only reason he grabbed that woman like that is because she was black. There's nothing that shows me that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Like, there's nothing. Like, that's for me personally. Someone else from the area, people from the area might say, you know what? Because we know people in the area, you're like, yo, that brother's racist, or this shop, or You know, you go into even to this day, go into an Asda, go into the security guard will follow you around.
Yeah.
You know that they're inviting confrontation.
It's difficult to pinpoint it from there, from that little video, because we don't see the whole video. We don't see her having a conversation with the guy.
We don't know the context.
Any of that. All we see is a little clip of that section, and we don't know what he's like with other people. If he's done that same sort of thing with other people, because if they don't have a policy on returning goods or refunds, or even stealing in general, how do they normally behave? So because we don't have those contacts, all we can go off is that little video. And what I saw in that video, I didn't like.
No, but I know you spoke about your mum, your sister, but that, not sister, your daughters, that's women, girls. Like, do you not feel that you would feel that same way if that wasn't a black woman? Would it not relate to you as much? If that was a white woman or a Chinese woman or a different race woman, would that not relate to you as much?
It would still be, I'd still feel it as wrong.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't emotionally affect me the same way.
Okay.
I don't think. I haven't seen a video with a white woman doing it being done to. So I'm just assuming that it wouldn't affect me the same way.
So now we're touching on the are we too sensitive? Because then are we letting our emotions get the better of us? Because it's relatable. Yes,
and it's not just race. If I were to my emotions are connected to the individual. If it was a crackhead, and visually it looked like someone who takes drugs or an extreme alcoholic, and it looked like there was something wrong with them in that way, it would still be wrong. But I wouldn't have the emotional connection towards
even if it was a black person.
Even if it was a black person, yeah. Because in my head I would go straight to, they did it for this purpose.
Yeah.
They're the wrong ones. Does that make sense? Because the woman looked like a hospitable person, looked like a working woman, she looked like she made sense. She wouldn't just do something out of the norm of trying to steal for no purposes. So that's why I'm like, it doesn't feel right or doesn't look right. Does that make sense? Because crackheads steal from shop all the time.
You know what?
I laugh.
I'm going back on this door, but I'm going. I'm not trying to trip up. No, so what you're saying now is the reason you wouldn't feel as emotional charged if someone was on drugs or they were crackheads or so on. If they were a criminal, it wouldn't affect you as much. Even though it's a black person.
It would still be wrong. I'd still see it as wrong, but it wouldn't emotionally make me feel bad.
Because they're criminals.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Why, if we're on this black power, why does it matter what the individual is? Surely it's the race. Now we're going into the sense of institutional racism. Because now we're saying this black person is not as good as this black person, and I'm not going to feel the same way I feel about this black person as I do about that. Do you know what? Now we're separating the classes like people have separated black people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you do that, but I'm just saying that's what I got from it.
No, I do that. I'm saying it's natural, it's normal, and I don't feel no way about it.
Yeah, and that's
if it wasn't a woman, if it was a guy, if it was a bodybuilder, and the Muslim guy was a small Asian woman, and she was strangling a bodybuilder, it would still be wrong, but emotionally I'd laugh. I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? The connection's different because of the aesthetics. So even if it was...
but that's physical appearance.
Yeah, same as race.
What, you think race... No, but you said two black people. One black person's an affluent... teacher, career woman. The 100%. Other black person's a crackhead.
Yeah, 100%.
You wouldn't really care about the crackhead emotionally.
It wouldn't make the same emotional connection, no.
Okay.
And I think that's normal. And I think that's normal for every human being that sees that video. There's a different emotional connection to it than anything else. Yeah. So it's, for me, it's not just a race thing. Okay. It's because when I looked at that video, I saw race. Yes, I saw it being a woman. And yes, I also saw it looked as though she was a hospitable person. Yeah. So all those three things made me say, something's wrong here. But again, so going back, if it was a black woman, if it's a black and she was white, she was black and she was and it was a female, but she looked like she was a crackhead or had some kind of issues, the emotional connection would be different. Okay. That's just me. But I think the bigger question, if you don't mind me going there, is after that incident, it seemed as though black people rallied around because we are angry, we are disturbed, we hate what we saw. Mm-hmm. Let's go deal with it. Yeah. And I'm in two ways about that. Yeah, this is the wider discussion. One, I'm happy that we stick together. Whenever I see people sticking together,
it's always negative though, bro.
Listen.
Big.
In America, when that boat thing happened,
and
the man then scrolled up and we stood together. I loved it because it seemed as though it's a race thing. Yeah. Cool. Let's inflict what they want to inflict on us. Mm-hmm. You get me? I love the idea of if it was a race thing about that woman in Peckham, if it was a race thing, then I love the fact that the black people got together and was like, no, we're standing against injustice.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that. The idea 100%. Of it. I even love it when other communities do that.
Yeah.
So when the Jewish community is attacked, they don't take no qualms about it.
Bother.
Let's go do what we do.
Yeah.
They do it slightly different. Some would say they do it differently. Some may take the legal action, take the law action, and say, look, let's prosecute. Let's try and get these things. Yeah, exactly. Let's demonetize, deplatform these guys. We may, if we don't have those powers, we may think, oh, okay, let's just physically show our presence and make them feel a certain way. Does that make sense? We're not doing anything illegal. We're just showing our presence. And I think I love when people don't stand on their own. We stand in unity.
And you know what? That's one of the things that I'm always gonna see a positive from, and it may be a negative positive.
Yeah.
But people are gonna start second guessing how they treating black people because they're scared of the repercussions. So think of all the people, like they pull it online, they put this up. Like someone, like there was a guy, did you see in America a couple of years ago, and he's a delivery driver, and a woman comes up to the door and says, what are you doing in my area? And he's like, I deliver parcels. Okay. And she was like, you don't deliver parcels in this area. And he's like, I've got a van full of parcels with people's addresses that live on this road. And she was like, well, I've never seen you on this road before and I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Like,
so what happened in regards to that?
Well, obviously then they put the woman up. Who is she?
Yeah.
Boom,
love that.
This.
Love that.
But like,
love that.
He's literally in like whatever, they don't FedEx or whatever.
Yeah.
He's in the suit in a van, parked up on the side of the road, like on his phone or whatever he's doing, like looking. And the woman comes up and is questioning. And that was obviously race related.
Yeah.
Because she said, you haven't delivered parcels in this area before. So obviously he doesn't look like the man that usually comes around. But so I think stuff like this is now getting people to just rethink their motivation. Right. Am I approaching him because it's a black man in a majority white neighborhood? Or am I approaching him because he looks dodgy? Like, then you need to use what you say. You need to be able to explain yourself.
Yeah. And
I think it's starting to make people think, wait there, am I thinking this because it's a black thing?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I like the idea that that people are being forced to think. Because if you're a security guard and you see a black man in your shop, and on the back of that black man's t-shirt, he's got a tag on, or he's got like the security tag on from clothes, then yes, follow him.
Follow him,
Because there's reasons to follow him, not just that he's a black person. Do you know what I mean? So I think you have to. I like the idea of giving people reasons to think before they act.
100%.
So, for example, in Peckham, I love the idea that all of those shopkeepers have to be appropriate in their responses to things.
Yep.
I don't know if other cities have the same representation.
Oh, no, definitely
So it's great for it to happen over there. I hope that we can find inspiration elsewhere and do that where we are, in our localities. Because if you can't shut someone down like in the same way as, okay, we've got 100 people outside your shop, 50 people outside your shop, maybe what you could do is say, oh, right, I've got a video of this person. I can Google search this image. I can go on socials. I can find out who this individual is, and I can expose them for doing what they've done. Does that make sense? And again, I don't know the legalities, if any of that's illegal or what's legal about that.
If your pictures and your information is on the web, it's free for all, isn't it? If your Facebook's open, it's free. What is it? Freedom of information.
Possibly.
There's an act that says if you've got all of your information up, people can take it and use it.
Yeah. So in those regards, I think it's, fight the powers
and
that be.
And I do feel like it's starting to get there now. So that goes on to the next part. Are we now too sensitive? Are we now going to use every excuse to, because it gets people behind you, people rally, even sometimes people start a GoFundMes. You know, there was GoFundMe, I mean, and you know, now suddenly we can get some client. You can have 1 million Insta followers now because there's been an incident. Like, I'm not sure, I'm not involved, but the guy originally that got attacked on the boat, he's done interviews, I'm sure his followers are at. Like, you know, there's a lot going on for him right now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, there's a lot going on for him
The joke is, I don't know if you saw it, just to go back for 30 seconds. Like, the kid who jumped from the boat into the water and swam, he got a GoFundMe.
See, that's
and he
what
got,
I'm saying.
I don't know if you saw the video. He did nothing. He swam to the other side, took off, like, I think he took off his trainers or something, squeezed it, put his trainers back on. But he didn't actually swing on that end.
No.
I love the power behind the imagery of him wanting to do something. But he literally didn't do anything.
He weren't swinging chairs.
But anyway, man got a little couple pints and coins in it, so shout out to him.
But do you hear what I'm saying though? So
this is what I don't like. I don't mind us being sensitive or any groups of people, because it's not just black people, it's the LGBTQ community, it's Jewish community, it's the Muslim community, loads of things, Chinese community, the Asian community, Indian community, may have their own gripes or their own views of things. I don't mind if people jumping out the window and saying stuff or doing stuff, as long as they've got the proof and the facts. What I hate about the idea of this, of what happened in Peckham, is someone saying that that there's no real context behind our response. So we see the video and we're like, outrage, it must be race. Well, is it race? Has she been seen like stealing before? What was the context of that video? And that's what I hate, is when whoever comes up with a narrative first wins the race.
Yeah, definitely.
And I hate that, because if we're wrong, we're wrong. And if we're right, we're right based on facts, not based on, that video looked like this, let's analyze. Like, I hate when a narrative comes out and then we go back and we're like, we're wrong. What's the geezer in America called? The Smollett guy. Jesse Smollett.
Okay, yeah.
From what's the film? Empire.
Yeah.
When it came out, some people beat him up because he was because he's black and he's gay, and then we find out he staged the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, bruv, the amount of people that have jumped out the window for his defense, and then he's like, he did. So we need all the facts whenever we jump out the window. I don't mind starting. I was gonna say something wild there. I was gonna say I don't mind starting a race war.
I'm about to say, big man, you're on YouTube now. You're on Spotify.
I'm joking.
Music. Make sure you subscribe.
I don't mind starting a context war.
Yeah.
For my context, whether it's I'm a man, or it's because I'm black, man, it's because I'm straight, man, it's because I've got this or because I've got that. I don't mind starting the war if we're right.
Yeah.
If we're not right, there should not be any war.
Yeah.
If anything, it should be the total opposite. We should be receding. We should be saying, okay, nah, that's wrong. What he did, what she did was wrong. Wrong. That's it. And okay, we can talk about something else, but I just think that's the context and the life that we should live. Let's be honest with our approaches to life.
Because I've seen some people as well, saying obviously this is separating us a lot more now. Like, that race divide is now growing so much more, because obviously black people are making a lot of things about it's because we're black. We're powerful enough now to call it out. Like, everything. Yeah. We're powerful enough now to call it like, if someone gets a promotion at their work, a white person gets over a black person, we're powerful enough now to say, I didn't get it because even though that may not even be the case, we're now powerful enough to call that out and get traction. So
what does us a disservice and harm is when we're wrong.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of calling it out. Yo, why did this person get promotion? Why is this person getting more money than me? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is all the black children not getting the education that they should be getting in schools? Why are they being mistreated? Why are they getting sent to detention more than white kids that are doing the exact same thing? Why is the crime system this way? Yeah. And if we're right, then these things should be addressed.
100%.
But if we're just shiting out racism for foolishness, no, we can't. That can't run. No, that girl don't want you because you're ugly. It's not to do with your race. It's not to do with your race.
She left you for a white man, brother, because you're butters.
let's be factual about our approaches. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't mind us calling everything out or calling injustice out. And I don't know if we got time. So we talk about something else.
Let's go. We got 10 minutes.
Listen.
5 minutes.
Let's call out injustice, but Let's call out injustice everywhere.
Why? All right.
Come on, like, guys.
You got comfortable too.
Now let's talk, because it's not just that we have to stand up for black people.
Yeah.
We're standing up for something that's right. If that black person has done something wrong, he's wrong.
Yeah.
She's wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
If there's nothing to do with our race, why are we silent?
Yeah.
If the Asian man did it to a white woman, why are we silent? Why aren't we marching? What if a black person did something wrong to a different race? Are we gonna march and say, yo, that geezer there's wrong?
Or if it was right the other way.
Exactly.
If that was the other way round, would people be coming out and marching? So if a black store owner did that to a Asian woman, would they be coming out and marching?
That's what I want to see.
But it's a question. We don't know.
We need honest, because it has to be. If right is right, right is right.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not right is right when right is black. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what though?
Go on, talk the thing.
It is though. Let's have something. It is though. Let's have some.
Talk more. What do you mean it is though?
Do you know, like, I know obviously it's a conversation. We're talking,
Yeah. Come on.
But I feel like as black people, we're finally at a stage. So this contradicts everything we talked about. It's just another opinion. But we're at a stage, like I said, we can start calling out stuff, and we can start making people afraid of doing injustice because they're scared of what may happen. Like you said, maybe we're in the wrong, but people have been doing it for years, brother, hiding behind whatever they have, whether it's a family name, whether it's where they're from, whether it's the environment, the people they have around them. People have been hiding behind that for years. Maybe it's time we can hide behind being black. Brother, what? I walked out the shop with the things. I was obviously going to my car to get my wallet and I was going to come back and buy it. Because I'm black now. You're telling me I'm thieving. Yes, I did walk out of the shop without paying for it. But I was going to get my wallet. Yeah, I mean, you can't say to me, and then what does it turn into then? As soon as I say, because I'm black, what does it turn into? It turns into a race issue. Now suddenly, no, it's not because you left the shop without paying. Yeah, but because I'm black, you think I won't come back? Brother, I'm just saying.
I'm saying no, don't do that.
I'm saying don't do that. I'm saying it's about time we have a little power.
I hear you, the revolution. I understand you about the revolution, my brother.
And I feel like this is the kind of approach some of these people are taking. Yeah. Like you said, whether it's right or wrong, it's black. Black first, then the law after. That's what I feel like. That's not what I agree with.
I think that you're right in the sense that a lot of people are thinking that way and are acting and behaving that way. And and people may not even realise they're acting or thinking that way. I don't think they do. Until they're called out on their foolishness. Yeah. Until you're called out and saying, oh, actually, this girl was stealing and it's wrong. Yeah. Because a lot of us are not business owners. No. So a lot of us aren't putting our lives, our financial livelihood on the line. So that man, again, whether right or wrong, whether he's a millionaire or not a millionaire, whatever, maybe he's struggling every day to keep that shop opening. But that shop, I'm assuming, feeds his family. He may have a big family or small family, it doesn't matter. He's feeding his family. And if anyone's going to jeopardize your business, I understand you standing up for your business. Yeah. Does that make sense?
And what's to say people are not stealing stuff? Hundreds, thousands of pounds worth of stuff is getting stolen out of that shop
100%.
Every month, every year, every day.
Yeah.
And he's just fed up.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that day on that woman that she received it. It could have been anyone. It just happened to be that woman. We're not saying it makes it right. It doesn't. There's nothing that makes it right the way he treated that woman. Then if he would have, like we said, locked the doors and said, I'm calling the police, you're not leaving, she's trying to leave, he's stopping her from leaving, obviously not grabbing her around the throat, I believe there still would have been a protest.
Possibly.
I believe, obviously, the context of the video makes it more like, shows that it's more like we need to protest. But I think even if he just locked the door, I think there would still be, people would still find a reason to, you can't just lock people inside your shop.
Yeah. I guess some people are gonna mark it up as, oh, your business, that's what happens.
Yeah.
People steal, so you gotta live with it. And I don't think that's right, but
No, it is not right. But then that's what I'm saying. Then are black people making that excuse, or why? Who's making that excuse?
In hindsight, I think we just need to stick up for justice in every aspect.
100%.
Emotionally, I'm gonna stick up for the black side of things more or first.
It's relatable,
just because it's relatable and it's natural to me, and because we've had so much injustice over the years.
100%.
But I feel sometimes someone's got to stick up for us, because for years people weren't sticking up for us.
Yeah, of course.
So I get that. That's going to be my knee-jerk reaction, is to be like, yo, stick up for this person. But if they're right, they're right. If they're wrong, they're also wrong.
All right. Two things. We got like 30 seconds. We looked at it just before. The gymnast in Ireland, the young black girl. There's like 10 white children stood in a row. She's in the middle. She gets skipped. Medals. Obviously then, we don't know the context. But on first sight,
looks hella racist.
We don't know the context.
The woman was putting the medals on, and she could see that she's taking her time to count them. She's going somewhere else, and it looked like she was going to go back, and she carried on. Looked hella racist.
The medals could have names on.
Could have, but it didn't.
And she hasn't got to that girl's name. There's loads. Last one, it's going to cut me off. The blind guy. The black... Have you watched it? Social Experiment. So it's a black blind guy, and he holds on to people.
As they're walking?
Yeah. And a lot of people shrug him off, but a lot of them help
the white guy.
The white guy.
Second Generation Podcast is brought to you by Sophisticated Rebel Apparel. Available at www.sophisticatedrebel.uk. Be seen. Be heard. Be you.